Hey Sora. See, I did start the video right now. Here's you. And here's everybody else watching. We're having a great day. It's time for another in a series I haven't done in a while. Bookerman video. I respect you, Bookerman. And let me just get this chair. It is raining outside like a moflo. Woo! Yo. And anyway, that doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about today. This is a Bookerman where we're going to talk about something that hasn't happened yet, but it's been rumored to be happening. And I'm going to actually offer some advice here. And this is just my take, my opinion, whatever. We're going to call this free ideas for Triple H. And specifically, that's what we're going to call the video because I like that title. And it's going to be about the Undisputed Universal Championship. The issue, just a minute. Situation. Because as it stands, we have Roman Reigns, Undisputed Universal Champion, as of WrestleMania, still champ. And it seems like he's on a limited schedule. He's not going to be at some pay-per-views. He's defended pretty recently, like back to back, but there was a span from WrestleMania to June where there was like almost no Roman Reigns whatsoever on TV, or at least wrestling. So now there comes out the story, we've heard this before, that they want to do something about having another world title, but they don't want Roman Reigns to lose. Now, you can go back and watch my video where I talk about not being hyped for WrestleMania, but you'll notice that and I'm sure a lot of other people have said this, thought it was a stupid idea to unify the titles in the first place. And lo and behold, here we are, almost 6 months later, and it's coming back to bite him in the ass. But Triple H wasn't in charge then, so it's not like he could control that. But either way, let's talk about how I think to handle this, how to make a title. And all of them involve Roman Reigns not getting pinned or submitted. Alright? So, option one. Probably the most hated option. But I feel like it will do a good job of building up. Well, let's just get into it. Building up people. So Roman Reigns comes out on Raw for this option. He's there with the Bloodline. And he starts talking about how he's feeling in a festive mood. He's feeling in a good, giving mood. And he says to Paul Heyman, boss man, it's not even Christmas time yet, but I want to give a gift. And he calls out Mr. Money in the Bank, Austin Theory. And Austin Theory comes out looking a little apprehensive. Because, the whole Bloodline's here. And he goes, no, don't worry. If we want to destroy you, we would just find you and do it. No, we have you out here because we want to give you a gift. And Roman says, basically, give me the Money in the Bank briefcase. It'll count as a cash in, and you can have this WWE Championship on my shoulder. Because I don't really need this championship. I defined the Universal Championship over 2 years. I made it important when everybody else thought it was nothing but a trinket. And this WWE title has a lot of history tied to it. And as much as I like having it around my shoulder, I have no problem giving it to somebody because all these fans say I'm selfish. I'm going to help out the young up-and-coming talent. And the way I see it, this makes it so I don't have to keep whooping your ass every time you try to pull your little sneaky crap, try to cash in on me. Also, Fury's a little nervous, but eventually he gets the briefcase, he gets the title. It's allowed. It's verified by Adam Pearce or whatever. Yeah, so this would be option one. He just gives Austin Theory the title. Like, you could actually, that segment actually had the Bloodline beat his ass after he gives him the title, after it's officially declared, and just leave him there. And maybe Adam Pearce makes another title match. It'd like really fuck him over. If you really wanted to, right? Just saying. Option one. Now, some people will hate this because they hate Austin Theory. But keep in mind, he doesn't have to stay champion that long. You could have him lose it that night if you wanted to. There's nothing that says he couldn't. This is just a way to get the belt off Roman without him getting pinned or submitted. Now, this does seem like, in my opinion, the problems of this option is that it seems a little cheap, and it kind of makes the Money in the Bank feel like not really the thing it's supposed to be, but they've kind of redefined the Money in the Bank several times over years. It used to not be you could cash during a match, and, there's been stuff like where people won the title, seemingly, and it's been reversed because somebody was injured, which doesn't even make sense. Yeah, if you remember that. So, I think this is something you could do. And they kind of did it like last year, like kind of similar to that scenario I'm just explaining, how Carmelo Hayes cashed in his title shot from the Breakthrough Tournament, even though before that you couldn't cash it in. It was just a title shot. You had to wait for have your title shot announced. Anyway, all right, option two. Number two is that we have Raw, again, this is all happening on Raw, basically. Roman Reigns comes out, he's cutting his usual promo. Triple H comes out because I think he's a more captivating 40 figure than Adam Pearce. And he has history with Roman, so you could tie that into a Roman kick out of Fred and point out he beat him at WrestleMania, yada, 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 yada. Alright. He basically tells Roman, look, here's the deal. I think you're doing a great job as champion. He puts some respect on his name. He says, but Raw in USA need a world champion. And he says basically, you're going to have to start defending your title at pay-per-view events and on some Raws. And you have to defend like the W title. And sometimes you might have to defend Universal on SmackDown. And you might have to defend pay-per-view like 2 title matches. And Roman is not very happy about this. Triple H's like, well, I'm going to give you an option. You can either agree to defend the title, and tonight you'll have a title match for your WWE Championship alone here on Raw, or you can vacate the title right now. You'll still stay Universal Champion, and we'll have a special Battle Royal tonight to crown new champion. In this scenario, Roman gives the title to Triple H. Maybe he says some comments. I think he gave a last night about how I've carried this company on my back for 2 years now. Let's see somebody else try to carry the load for once in a while, you know? And this would be a great way to also build up a new star, or even an old star, like have Seth Rollins say he's Monday Night Rollins, so he's going to carry that load. And he doesn't have to win the Battle Royal, you could just say that, but you could have him win. Anyway, that's option 2. Now option 3. And this is the weirdest option. We're going to call this the WrestleMania 2000 option, because we're going to do a match that they had at WrestleMania 2000, where it was a triple threat match with the European and Intercontinental Championship on the line, with Kurt Angle, who was both champions, Chris Jericho, and some other guy. He doesn't matter. No, whatever. At the end of the day, Kurt Angle lost both titles, and it was a 2-fall match. Whereas the first fall would have decided the Intercontinental, second decided the European. And Jericho won the whole thing. Now, in this scenario, it's pretty simple. Make it Extreme Rules, for example. A triple threat with, let's say, Roman Reigns, Karrion Kross, and Drew McIntyre, because they're basically... No, not Drew. I like Drew, but not in this case. Let's give it to Kevin Owens. And for a reason. So, that's not booking the scenario anyway. You can do it any way you want, but essentially, we were told it's a 2-fall match, where the first fall decides the WWE Championship, the last fall is Universal, and also wins a match. So, pretty simple. Kevin Owens pins Karrion Kross for the first title, WWE title, and then Roman Reigns, like, you could have him immediately after that, spear him and still get the win, steal a win, and say Universal Champion, technically win the match without really losing. And then the next night on Raw, you could have Kevin Owens or whoever wins this match come out with the WWE title and say they want to come out and represent Raw because Roman Reigns has showed up enough for Raw. They're all about Raw. They want to give the fans their money's worth. So now they are the WWE champion. They will defend on pay-per-views and exclusively on Raw. There you go. That is option 3. My favorite 3 options. So anyway, those are my 3 ideas. Just have it be like a cash-in where he gives it to Austin Fury the WWE title. And the Money Bank he casts it as null and void. It actually does count as a cash-in. Have him vacate the title to Triple H after he's told he has to defend the title. Basically, 2 matches on pay-per-view. And then there's Battle Royal to crown a new champion. And last one, a triple threat match where it's 2 falls. First fall gets WWE. Second against Universal. First fall wins the title, and it can be anybody. Second fall, Roman wins. There you go. That's my ideas. And I think they all are interesting, but I would definitely go to option 3 because it's the most interesting. Also, it builds more intrigue. You have more time to build up people. But anyway, that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.